so I took some time to try to figure out what I wanted to talk about next. I've got a few more videos that I'm going to make, and then I'm pretty much done with this series. I noticed that no one is actually watching it. It's just out there in cyberspace, which, I mean, that's fine. I was kind of hoping more people would actually see it. But I guess, like I said before, it's more for myself than it is for anyone else. These have been thoughts that have been in my mind probably for the last 30 years that I haven't been able to actually, focus and think about exactly what it is I believe in and what is going on around me. And I feel like it's pretty much completed itself to the point where now I do understand what is going on. And that is why I went ahead and did this video series, is because I don't think there's much left for me to experience what I need to know about the Borg mentality and what is going on in humanity and the people and how we act and treat each other and how this has actually been the way it's been forever. I mean, this is humans. This is how humans act. Humans have a lot of flaws, and I've been able to identify most of them, and now I find myself living in a life that feels pretty empty and weak, because I had higher expectations of the human species. I actually thought that the human species was something more respectable than it actually is. But so today I'm going to focus on the 3 types of people there are. I've actually been able to narrow it down to 3 types. You have 3 types of people, and that's it. So I will first talk about the sheep. Okay, the sheep. So sheep are the most abundant. There are more sheep than wolves, and there are more sheep than shepherds. Okay, the sheep are the people who need to be controlled, who need to be shown how to go about their lives so that way they can be productive and to be, and to be happier. And then you have the shepherd. Okay, the shepherd is the person that knows best for the sheep and wants to look out for the sheep and wants to nurture and build up and support and raise the sheep, so the sheep can be as happy and as full as it can possibly be. And then also the shepherd's job is to protect the sheep, from the wolves. Okay, now the wolves are the people that want to take advantage of the sheep. Okay, the wolves are very numerous also. In fact, the more sheep you have, the more wolves you will have. And that's what's going on today, is we have a lot of sheep. A whole lot of sheep on this planet. And there are now a lot of wolves. A lot of wolves out there that are just taking advantage of sheep and making the sheep do things that the sheep aren't happy about. And, the sheep are also the enablers. Okay, the sheep enable others. So they'll enable the wolves to be able to do what they do. They can also enable the shepherds to do things which are positive towards the sheep. But because they're enablers, they don't know really what they're doing when they enable. So they'll enable a wolf to do something that's actually not in their benefit, because that's their nature, is to just enable. The enablers are the people that give the money to the person standing at the street corner. The enabler is the person that supports their child no matter what. Even if the child is going to do something that is not best for the herd or for the shepherds, they will go ahead and support and enable that child to be something other than what is good for the rest of the people and for themselves. Now the wolves are they're basically the people that want to rip you off. They're the ones, or want to kill you. They're the ones that want to give you that great deal that they lie to you and get you to start gambling. They get you to start taking substances like prescription drugs and illegal drugs, and they're the people that want to get you caught into habits like gambling and lying and belonging to crazy religions and try to support false truths. Now the shepherds, they're the people who do control sheep, and wolves try to control sheep. But there's a difference, because the shepherds actually want to protect the sheep from the wolves. The wolves don't want shepherds around at all, period. Wolves want shepherds destroyed. Okay, and what's happened in this world today is that the wolves have figured out how to masquerade themselves as shepherds. Okay, the wolves now are making themselves look like shepherds and then are attacking the shepherds and killing them off. So that way they can have full control over the sheep. So when the time comes for the slaughter, there won't be any shepherds left around to protect them. Okay, and that's what's happening now. Okay, that's what happened to me at my last place of work. I was treated like I was a wolf because the wolves that were at my place of work had dressed themselves up as shepherds. Okay, and that's the way it is all over the world today. You've got all these politicians that are talking about how they just want to protect you and make you safe and have you do all these special things so that way you can be safe. And in reality, what they're doing is they're shackling you and they're binding you and they're getting you conditioned for something that's coming. And it's coming very soon. So when it does happen, you won't have any shepherds left to stand up for you, because those shepherds have been snuffed out and quieted and disarmed to the point where they can no longer protect you. Okay? This is just a simple analogy that I'm using. It beats around the bush a lot, and probably no one's ever going to listen to this, but that's what's going on today. Okay? I'm sorry that this is going on. As a shepherd, it kills me to see this going on. Someone who believes in liberty and believes that freedom is more important than miserable people taking liberty away from people who are hardworking and who have earned their liberty, and also are stalwart citizens that does not do things that are wrong, that causes troubles for other people. Okay, but the wolves are ready. The wolves are out there. They're in great numbers. They are ready to slaughter you sheep. Okay, and you sheep are what is to blame for this. Okay, because you guys have basically turned me, a shepherd, into a martyr, because you think I'm the bad guy. In reality, I'm the good guy, and now you're supporting the bad guy. And there's not much I can do for you. It's like Superman. When Superman turned dark, what was it? Superman 4 or whatever it was. And the problem is that's what's happening to a lot of shepherds. A lot of shepherds are losing their desire to want to help the sheep any longer, because the sheep are basically demonizing the shepherds. Okay? Nowadays, we prop up those that riot. We prop up those that commit crimes. We defend those that commit crimes and say, well, it's okay that those types of people commit crimes, but it's not okay for you, who actually has had training in being a good citizen and actually earned awards and have worked hard and never been in trouble with the law and has always been a person who has walked the straight and narrow. Okay, and if you're one of those people, you're an overachiever and you're a bad guy. We're supposed to be propping up the weak and the dumb and the ones that are actually going to get us slaughtered, because we've decided to throw the shepherds into the frying pan and watch them die and get rid of them, because we're a more equal and we're a more accepting woke society. But the sad thing is that isn't what's going to happen, people. You've shunned the shepherds, and now you are ready to be harvested by the wolves.